My name is Colleen of Rebel Stitcher Designs, and this is FlossTube number 119. I actually just filled an entire floss tube and had my phone turned the wrong way, so bear with me. This is take two. It's been that long since I filmed a floss tube that I couldn't remember how to set my phone up properly, so that's where we're at. I am a bit of a mess, but I'm back from Nashville Needlework Market, and I apologize this has been so long coming, but I am working on doing a new floss tube. But first things first, we have some big news in Rebel Stitcher Design world. I just want to get this out of the way before we dive into our typical floss tube. When you order something off the website, rebelstitcher.com, I print a packing slip, and on there I usually write a little note, thank you, whatever, and I usually sign it Colleen and Findlay because he is my assistant in training. But I have to say, we have a promotion in the Rebel Stitcher Design world. If you've been watching for a while, excuse me, you know this chubby guy right here has been known as Boris the Bad. He was an absolute menace. He was a very naughty boy for a very long time. But I have to set the record straight and let you know that he has turned into such a good boy. Say hi to the peoples. Sam? He has turned into such a good boy. He's really quite a wonderful young man. So he has been promoted to full assistant, not even assistant in training. He has just really stepped up his behavior, and he keeps me company, and he's been a wonderful little man. So when I sign the packing slips now, they're gonna say, thank you, Colleen and the boys, meaning Boris and Findlay. And Findlay's right here. Let me show you Findlay. This little man right here, Findlay. Now, Findlay is a Nepo baby. He did absolutely nothing to earn his spot as assistant in training. He's just cute. So, but Boris actually earned his position. So I just wanted to give credit where credit's due, because if you've been around here for a while, you know I did a lot of complaining about this guy, my daughter Edna's pug, but he's become my little buddy. So I just have to say that. Okay, on this episode, I'm going to go a quick little market recap, not really a recap. My personal stitching, some shop news, a giveaway, maybe a life update or two, and I think that's it. Again, I already filmed this whole thing, so if I forget something or I'm discombobulated, that's probably contributing to it. Anyway, Nashville is the big wholesale show where designers and fabric makers all descend upon a suburb of Nashville for a wholesale show for shops to go and buy things and bring them back to their stitching customers. I had some new releases. My pre-orders were way up from prior years, and I was very excited. It was the best year at market that I've ever had. This was my third year at market, and especially considering one of my charts is more on the political side, it was very nice to see such strong sales and positive support. So thank you very much. If you are looking to pick up any of my market releases, they are still exclusive to shops that attended market until April 30th, I believe. After that, they will be available through Hoffman, my distributor, and I will have hopefully the PDF and hard copies for sale on my website after that. I didn't get out of my room too much to visit, which always seems to be the case, because I just was pretty consistently busy. It's not like I was like slammed with like a line out the door. It was just a constant flow, so that was great. If I think of it, I'll include a little video of what my room looked like, but no promises. I did put it on my social media so you could see that there. I have to thank my friend Jen of Floss&Flame in Dover, Delaware. She came down, made the trek with me to Nashville. She has all 3 years and she's just was a great helper. I really appreciate it. She helped me with the schlepping and setting up and getting organized and all that good stuff. And she was busy picking up all the pre-orders for the customers in her shop, but it worked out great. You know, we streamlined the process, so we got everything done, and we make a great team, and I appreciate her help. Let's see. I've been super busy with family stuff. Our son is a senior in high school, and he does 2 sports, so I feel like a chicken with my head cut off a lot of times between diving and gymnastics competitions, senior year banquets, and all the blah, 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 blah. It's a lot to keep track of, and college stuff and everything. So if I think of it, I'll include some pictures of what he's been up to lately, but no promises. I will remember, but best intentions is some pictures of him, you know, which if he ever watched this would be totally pissed at me, but whatever. Let's see. I guess that means it's time for shop news. This year, well, I do a quarterly mailing club where 4 times a year you get a surprise package from me, but it always includes a new needle minder, a pack, and it usually is all around a theme, a 10 pack of stickers, and 1 other mystery item, usually Stitchy related. This mailing, they all went out, so hopefully everybody's got them and there are no spoilers. But I'm going to show you. They're usually wrapped all nice in a little bundle in tissue paper, but I didn't do that for this. The theme this year was Pride. So this is the needle minder, and it says, "We need in every community a group of angelic troublemakers." Bayard Rustin. So, or Bayard, I guess it's pronounced Bayard. If you are unfamiliar with him, he was an activist and strategist with Martin Luther King. He was an out Black man in the 50s, which that in of itself is extremely courageous. He worked very much for peaceful, nonviolent protests. He worked against the protests in Vietnam for racial justice. He organized the Civil Rights March on Washington, which was I believe is the largest nonviolent protest in the world's history, if I'm not mistaken. Coincidentally, the other night I couldn't fall asleep and I was scrolling through Netflix looking for something, and I found a biopic on him, and the Obamas were executive producers, and it was really good. So if you're looking for more information about him, check on Netflix. I think it's called Bayard, or Rustin. I don't know, but if you search, you should find it. So this was the needle minder. Then you got a pack of fun Stitchy Pride stickers, a pack of 10. And then the mystery item this time is this lanyard. And my thought with this was you could either use it as a keychain, you could put it on a project bag and use it as a zipper pull, or if you use floss drops, I thought on the keychain part, you could put your floss drops for a project. So that was the quarterly this time around. If you want to get in on the Cool Kids Club, I do have some spots available. Every time I try to add a couple spots, and then there's always people that have to drop out or add on but you know, I can squeeze you in. If you want to send me an email, it'll be in the little drop down box below. I'm thirsty because I already did all this once. So bear with me. So anyway, that's the quarterly, comes out 4 times a year. It's a super fun little mystery surprise. I did, let's see, rest of shop news. I have been adding more fabric to my website under the fabric tabs. I purchased some fabric while I was at market, and also some fabric came in right before I left for market, but it was too busy prep time, so I didn't get to upload it until afterwards. I'm gonna move this snoring pug and show you some of the fabric that I picked up. Excuse me. Can you sleep over here? Thank you, sir. We don't need pugs on the fabric. So my, bear with me, I'm just reaching down. My neighbor at market is Kristen from Floss&Flame and her mom. They are the best neighbors you could ask for at market. Not only are they super awesome people, but you know, whenever you need to just take a deep breath, I just pop in their room and just look at all the rows of beautiful fabric. So I picked up some fabric for myself for personal stitching, but I also bought a variety of fabric for the website. So I won't like go super intense on this, but this is a fat quarter of malachite in 36 count. It's a really nice green from Fiber on a Whim. This is oatmeal, a fat quarter in 46 count. So you high count people. It's a beautiful neutral. See, this is steel in 18 count Aida. Now I have Aida, this is actually bluer gray than it's showing up. I have Aida and linen. Parchment, this is 20 count linen. Cappuccino, which is 18 count and a fat quarter. Her coffee series. Mint, this is 20 count Aida, if I don't keep this myself. These are all fat quarters. And then Old Gold, this is 20 count. I love that color. Let me put that pile down. Some Robin's Egg. I have this in 20 count, and I had more of this, but some of it sold, and 28 count linen. I have a couple designs that are on this for models. I love this for winter, this bright blue, because the white for snow pops so good. Love it. Let's see, these should probably be in haul because that's personal for me. Let's see, I've got oatmeal in 32 count, a fat quarter, corn flour, 20 count. These are all fat quarters. 36 count latte, again from that coffee series. Steel is 28 count. And again, it's a little bluer than that gray is showing. And let's see, Needlebling. Just added this. I just started carrying her stuff. Teresa's also my basketball buddy that we text back and forth during basketball games together. But anyway, I have some Aida and linen of hers. All the Aida I got is 18 count. And let me show you. This is cookie dough and broom grass. I mainly just got a nice sampling of neutrals to kind of test the waters for Needlebling. This is Heirloom. This is a really nice white with a soft modeling. And then Ween Bean, which is like the most fun name to say ever. And those are all 18 count Aida, but I did get them in some linen as well. So I have broom grass in 36 count. That's just a really fun modeled neutral. And again, this is that Heirloom. I have this in 40 count, which is a great sampler color or something that has a little antiquing to it. This is cookie dough in 36 count. And Whim beans I have in 32 and 40. So the top one is the 32 and the bottom is the 40 if I, yep, remembering correctly. I love that Whim beans. And then I did pick up two colors from Shakespeare's Peddler. I only seem to have one over here, but the first one is 36 count favorite sweater. It's a real nice, kind of, it's a little bit more purpley mauvey than it's showing. But anyway, it's on the website if you're looking for fabric. Hopefully you'll see something that you like. And they're all on Rebel Stitcher Designs. Let's see, I have some notes over here. I am so sorry that I am this discombobulated, but doing this twice was not in the cards for today. This was Disagree was by far the biggest seller at market, which is kind of was shocking to me, but it made me feel good. This is a quote by Robert Jones Jr. Shops have I've already had like 5 shops who purchased that market need to place more orders to restock because they've sold out. And it's just amazing to me. And I am so happy that people are using their rage to stitch something beautiful. Anyway, there is sales going on for that chart. Hashtag, if you're on Instagram, hashtag disagree Sal, S-A-L. Ellen Reed of my dear friend from Canada, Rockstar, Maximum Cross Stitch Power Hour, FlossTuber, and no, her country is not for sale. In case you were interested in purchasing, Canada's not for sale. But she started the hashtag Disagree Sal with a bunch of other awesome floss tubers on Instagram. So if you are stitching that chart and you put the hashtag Disagree Sal, we can all follow along, see what different customizations, floss, and fabric choices people are making. And if you want to join in the fun, but you are not an Instagram person, you use Facebook, Lori P.E., Valentina's mom, if you know the fashionista Valentina, if you know, you know, her mom started a Facebook group, and I believe it's Rebel Stitcher Disagree Sal. If you type that in, I'm sure you'll find it. That's close enough on Facebook. So if you are thinking about stitching that chart and want to see some floss and fabric ideas, or you just want to follow along, or if you are stitching, please join, use the hashtag, and it's really fun to see all the you know, all the personal choices people are making to, you know, make it their own. I never take offense when people change things. I love it. I mean, that's the whole point of stitching, right? Is to make it your own. Let's see. This weekend, I am leaving for Michigan to the retreat Stitchfest. It is hosted by Bobby and Cam of Stitching Bits and Bobs. It is a 2-weekend event. I am attending the second weekend, but the my trunk show with my models and needle minders and charts and all that good stuff was up there the past weekend, and I will be there to join it this second weekend. If you are attending the second weekend, please come over and say hi. I would love to meet you. I just preemptively apologize for any awkward social interaction that I might partake in, because I am socially awkward, but I would very much love to say hi. So if you're at Stitching Bits and Bobs weekend too, hopefully I'll see you there. I think that's it for the personal for the shop news. I blathered on enough. Let me show you what I've personally been stitching, and then we'll get to the giveaway. Let's see. Oh, haul. And haul too. I have haul. Not much, so don't get excited. I have a new start and a couple whips. The new start, a group of friends found this chart, I believe off of Etsy, and they showed it to me, and I was like, oh my God, I love that. I would have totally like designed something similar. So they let me join in on their sale, and the chart is by Birdie's Crossing, and it's called No More Sampler, I believe. And so it's a monochromatic piece, and the model was stitched in black, but I'm stitching it in red. And so in the beginning, it's like all like, you know, traditional sampler motifs, but in the center says fuck, and then it's xenophobia, sizeism, patriarchy, racism, sexism, misogyny, ableism, classism, and homophobia. So this is right up my alley. So let me show you how far I have gotten. I made a start, but I didn't get too super far. But I started in the upper left-hand corner of the design. I'm stitching this on 20 count green tea by Under the Sea fabric. And the floss is Canna Lily, if I am remembering correctly, from Cottage Garden Threads. So look at me, I can be a fancy lady too with a red sampler. So that's my new start, and I'm very much enjoying it, and hopefully I can stitch some on it this retreat. And then I have two whips I've been working on. I'll move this out of the way. The first is by Little Robin, called Hallows Eve Greetings. I picked this up at my stitch retreat, Sweater Weather, this past October. She had sent a trunk show, and I saw those classic vintage kind of Halloween motif, and it's monochromatic. Say no more, right? So this is how far I have gotten. I am stitching this with Ampersand by Cottage Garden Thread, and it goes from black to gray back to black. I am doing on the text this kind of ombre effect, you know, where I'm not necessarily fussy cutting, but I'm fussy starting. Like I always start down at the bottom on the gray part of the floss and then work my way up to darker to kind of create that ombre effect. The rest of the chart, wherever, you know, however the variegation comes out, I'm just rolling with it. It's only on the text I'm being fussy because I thought that was kind of a neat effect. This is a 20 count Ada by Under the Sea Fabrics, but I forget the color type, but it is the perfect Halloween orange. And let me show you the floss. It's Ampersand by Cottage Garden Threads. This is also the called for floss for Keys to the Future on one of the market Ouija board that I released. And then the next piece, whip, shall I say, is by Yasmin. Made with Love is her FlossTube, and it's called All Hallows Eve, another monochromatic piece. And this is as far as I have gotten. I am thoroughly enjoying this piece. This is, I think, about 1 page width. I didn't finish it, but I think that's about as far as 1 page width is. And I am stitching this on a mystery 20, I didn't write it down, a 20 count Ada. And I'm using this floss from Cottage Garden Threads that was a specialty floss that they did for World Embroidery Day. And it kind of goes from purple to blue to tan. It's really fun. So I'm just following that as it goes, no fussy cutting, wherever wherever the color lands, that's what I'm doing. So that's all the personal stitching I've been doing. And I haven't been doing a lot, honestly, if I tell you, but I'm hoping to get some done during the retreat. Okay, haul, then giveaway. I did not get out of my room very much at market because it's not like I had a line out the door, like, fabric places or stuff, but I was just consistently busy. Like I'd almost always had somebody in there, which is phenomenal. I'm not complaining whatsoever. So I didn't really get out much to, circulate and shop and all that stuff. So I did pick up 3 pieces of linen, 3 pieces of 20 count Aida from Fiber on a Whim for myself for personal stitching. The first is called Cypress. The second is called Brown Sugar. And this one I'm obsessed with, Spicy Mustard. This kind of reminds me of Split Pea by Lap and Loops, but not quite as grungy. And I love this. I might end up using this as a model, but I love it. So that was my fabric haul. And then I only have 2 charts, which I asked my friend Jen to pick up for me from Floss and Flame, is Lily from Stacy Nash Animal Crackers. I mean, she has been hitting it out of the park with these things. One is cuter than the next. And I know as stitchers, we don't usually want frogs in our lives, but I will gladly have that little frog in a dress in my life. I can't wait to stitch her. And then the other chart I picked up was the Prairie Schooler Santa. He's having a snowball fight. Oh, what fun. I'm such a Prairie Schooler fan. I have to have that. So that's it. That's all my personal haul. Now for the giveaway. What I was gonna do was pick 3 winners for this, and I was going to give away a copy, your choice, of one of my market releases. So the market exclusives are Disagree, Pick You, Keys to the Future, Pants, and Dog Sampler. So, I used the keyword market, and I guess use the keyword market. Don't say giveaway. You have to be 18. And since I'm physically mailing the copies, let's stick to people within the United States right now. I usually don't like to do that, but on this sense. And then let's sorry about that. Nicole, my wife, is home today, and she just came downstairs, and I absolutely hate filming these things when there are people home, so I quick turned it off. Now I had to do it 2 times because I couldn't remember how to use the camera on my phone properly. Anyway, giveaway, that's what we were talking about. Use the word market. Don't say giveaway or win or anything like that, because then we get all those weird robot people. And I guess use the word market and tell me what your favorite release was and why, maybe. I don't know. Stroke my ego a little bit, make me feel good. And then I will pick 3 people, and you can pick whichever chart out of the ones I just shown, and I will send it to you. And I think that's it. I've rambled on enough. Now I need to edit this and upload it before I leave for Michigan. So thank you for putting up with this video. This sleepy boy, you want to say goodbye? Thanks for watching. If you haven't already, if you subscribe, you can get notifications when more horrible videos like this come up. And my information on social media, if you would like to follow me, is Rebel Stitcher Designs on Instagram. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.